YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here is about knowing when to let people go, knowing when to give them their walking papers, knowing when to show them the door and make sure they exit out your life. See, you have to understand, humans, being us humans, we are the closest thing to helping somebody really change their way. We are the closest thing to really making a person either better or worse. No car can do that, no house, no video game, nothing can do that. It's strictly human companionship. That's the special thing about being a human. But when people don't serve you no point no more in your life, they don't serve any kind of purpose, you have to question yourself and take an asset and listen to your conscience and your heart also, and also pray about it before you really show someone a door. And that person could be a best friend, that person could be family, that person could be a lover, it could be your husband, wife, and also it could be, you know, brother and sister, whoever. But when people don't serve any purpose no more in your life, and you find yourself constantly upset, and you find yourself constantly giving them more than what they gave you, it's time to question the situation. It's time to really look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this what I want? Is this best for me? Why I'm continuing to break my back trying to help this person? This person basically shits on me every day, gives me hell, keep my blood pressure up, keep me upset. You know, that's not love. Love don't supposed to hurt like that. You know, and if you feeling any kind of pain from a person, no matter who they are in your life, as I explained earlier in the video, you need to really question that and really see if it's beneficial to you, not to them, because this is about you. Remember, if it's beneficial to you to let them stay in your life, you know, be a part of your life, or should you show them the door? Because when people start showing you who they are, it's time for you to start believing them, and it's time for you to show them who you are. Either you're gonna be a wolf or you're gonna be a sheep, not in the sense of being evil as a wolf or being good and holy in a sheep, but no, either you're gonna be strong or you're gonna be weak and fall. You know, the choice is yours. But trust me, people is going to play on your emotions long as you let them in life. That's the thing you have to learn about that. You know, everybody's not the same. Everybody don't have the same ways, you know, even though a lot of the ways are similar. Remember, people are creatures of habits. People do things for different reasons. Like someone might tell you you look good just because you really look good that day. You took time to cut your hair. You took time to fix your hair up. You know, you went and put on your best outfit. Women, you went and put on your best skirts and dresses or whatever. And when somebody come tell you you look good, they really mean it. Where you have people on the other end would tell you you look good just because they probably want to sleep with you, or just because, you know, it's just some, they just want to say, you know, you got some people, they mouth have diarrhea where they can't shut up, where they always have to say anything, you know. And you have to be aware of that also. You know, do they really mean it, or are they just speaking out what they say, quote unquote, talking out their ass? You know, you have to think about all that. But when people start keeping you upset and you start finding yourself waking up at night still mad and worried about the same thing that this person is causing in your life, because the only way these troubles can come into your life if you sit there and let them. You have to allow the enemy and the devil to walk in. Even though people say there ain't no devil, there ain't no God, this is a metaphor. I'm not talking about a man up under the ground or one walking earth. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about good and evil. You know, far as how a person treats you, you have to explain yourself on YouTube, especially because they'll tell you all kinds. So they start going off on Bible scriptures and all this other stuff. I'm not talking about the devil in that sense. I'm talking about how people would treat you, whether they would treat you good or bad. But if you find yourself waking up every night and you still so upset, you know, you need to question yourself. You need to really take an asset, look inside yourself, look inside a mirror. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes we need to sit down and put a mirror in front of us and see the reflection, see if you are cool with that. See if you are still the same person, because a lot of people lose their way on this journey we call life. A lot of people forget who they are, you know, and then wind up picking up some kind of image or mirage, some fake persona that somebody else gave them or somebody else have instilled in them, which means you have people, when you first meet them, especially people who've been in a relationship, you might have been a happy person, you might have been a trustworthy person, you might have been a person who put a lot of trust in people, and you wouldn't think people would be so dirty and treat you bad. But you get with a certain woman or a man and they mess over you, cheat on you, take your money, you know what I'm saying, steal from you, screw your friends, some of them screw your parents and your family, you know. It just depends on the dog you dealing with. And they change you along the way. You know, and you go from being a good-hearted person to being an evil-hearted person. You go from being a person who's happy every day and who can motivate others to a person who is miserable every day, to a person who don't see the sunshine even when the sun is shining right now. You know, you only see darkness in life. And if you have a person around you that makes you feel like that, you need to let them go, because what's going to happen, you know, whatever's inside of them, it's going to consume you. You know, that's why it's good not to hate nobody. I don't care who they are, what they done to you. Don't hate them. You know, do not hate no one. Try your best not to hate no one, because when you hate someone, you giving them more power than what they already put on you. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a lot of people say good things about me. You know, a lot of people say bad things about me. You know what? I focus on the good, and the bad I don't even pay attention to, because I know who I am. And once you know who you are, you know the type of people you need to be around. You know the type of environment you need to surround yourself with. You know, because like I say, you can only be mad if you allow yourself to be mad. True, I get upset sometimes. I get pissed off. You know, I'll be ready to blow up. You know, I'm not all just smiles and this and that. I'll have a regular life like everybody else. I put my pants on one leg at a time also, you know. But at the same time, we all go through things. But don't sit up here and let somebody keep you upset every day. Know when to show people the door. Know when to tell them to get to walking. And let me tell you something. If somebody can leave you in and without any care, if somebody can do you dirty and they want to talk about, well, I'll leave, they keep threatening you, I'm gonna leave. And most of the time they do this in relationships. Like, you trying to please this woman, or you trying to please this man, and none you do can please this man or this woman. No matter what you cook for them, no matter what you buy for them, it's time to tell them to get to stepping. You see what I'm saying? Get to stepping. Just like that. We'll just walk straight in the living room while they sitting down. And when you walk in there, they won't even speak to you, tell you actually how you're doing, how was your day, or anything. You know, if you got anybody like that in your life right now, unless they're your children, little kids, I ain't talking about grown ass kids, because remember one thing, kids kill their parents, kids kill their own siblings. So let's not try to get so much as, you know, well, that's my babies and this and that. No, show them the door too when they get a certain age and they start talking back, and what the people used to say, when you start smelling yourself, when you start smelling your own piss, it's time to show them the door also, you know. But when they're children, they're not going to do that. You know, they might, you know, act up and rebel. That's different. You deal with children different than you do with adults, and everybody should understand it. But when you come into the knowledge of what you're doing from right and wrong and how to treat people, it's no excuses left. And you know what? And that's one thing I hate, for people to always say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if you got a person apologize to you every damn week, at least one time a week, something they doing, unless it's simple mistakes around the house or whatever. But if they really doing things on a certain level, and they keeping you upset, and they got to come back, keep telling you, well, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for staying late, I'm sorry for doing this. They're not sorry. They just telling you what you want to hear, because at that moment when you confront them, they sorry you confronted them, but they're not sorry for what they really done. You know, and it comes to a point where you just don't want to hear the apologist no more. It comes to a point where you just want to back up and free yourself, exhale. You know what I'm saying? And not to go off the movie waiting to exhale, but that's the problem also, is that a lot of people need to exhale and they don't really know how to exhale. You know, but you have to find the time in yourself to sit down, whether it's going on a walk in the park, walking along the beach, or a long good ride or whatever. Listen to your favorite slow jams or whatever you got. You know, you need to really look inside yourself and ask yourself, am I happy? Am I contented with this? Am I happy with the way my life going? And if you're not, you need to make drastic changes, because guess what? You only get one life, YOLO. You only live once, far as in this flesh. You see what I'm saying? Now, the next life, that's yet to be seen. But what is a life worth living if you live that life unhappy and miserable? You know, that's what I don't understand about people. And now I have to ask people that, you know, why do you want to be miserable? And then you're going to die one day. What would your life be worth? What would you have accomplished if you couldn't even do the simplest thing, love and be happy? Babies do that. A dog will do that. You know, but what's wrong with humans where they can't do that? Well, you have a dog, no matter if you on the side of a road, that dog will be right there with you. It don't matter if you don't have hardly no food around, that dog will be with you, cat will be with you. But a human being will sit there and talk about you, belittle you, and tell all kind of people your business. Oh yeah, they ain't got no food over there, girl. They got roaches. They ain't got nothing in that damn house. I walked in there, opened that refrigerator up. It was roaches running out, and they had some old milk in there that was sour. But at the same time, instead of helping that person or trying to lend a hand, that's why it's important. Never look down on someone unless you're trying to help them up. Remember that. Stop looking down on people if you ain't trying to help them. Just like people in my family, people I try to reach, and once I realize I can't help them, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts real bad, and you have to question that. You have to be like, okay, this is what it is. So either I can accept this, grow from this, learn from this, and move on, or I can let this consume me and take me under, and I wind up just like them. So that's what you have to ask yourself also. Know when to show people the door. Know when to tell them to walk out your life. Because trust me, your destiny and your life goals is not defined by the person who leaves you. You got to remember that also. People who walk out your life, they don't just because they walk out, you're not going to all of a sudden choke to death and start breathing or just get skinny and fall off and die. No, life goes on because people leave you because they're not with you. And if the people is not with you, ain't nothing you can do can make them stay. You see what I'm saying? You can get Gorilla Glue. You can get duct tape. All the sticky stuff in the world. And them people still not going to leave you because they're not joined to you. And if a person not joined to you by the hip, if they're not joined to you, they ain't close to you right there by your side. They ain't for you. They ain't with you. So we need to remember that also. Know when to tell people to exit. Kindly exit left, to the left, to the left. Everything you own is in the box to the left. That type of thing right there, because a lot of people fail to think and realize that you are replaceable. You know what I'm saying? You are replaceable. True, you will be missed, but trust me, something along would come fill that void that you had left in my heart. You know what I'm saying? That betrayal. And we feel this a lot from friends. We feel this a lot from lovers and everything. Whoever you love. Once they tear a hole in your heart, hopefully for those of you who's strong enough and have the will enough and the faith enough to go on, somebody or something will come along and fill that void in your heart. That's what I'm trying to say. So the moral of the story is to be happy with the life you live. Be happy with the decisions you make. And most of all, be happy with the people that you have surrounding you. Because if you are not happy with the people that's around you, ask yourself this: why are they around you? Why keep yourself upset? Why wallow in misery? That's just like a pig. You go take that pig out the damn mud puddles, wash them up, clean them up, have them looking sparkling. Guess what that pig will do? As soon as you open the door, it's going to run right back out and jump back in that mud and be dirty. You know why? Because it's in its nature. And it's in a lot of people's nature. Some people you just can't help. You have to understand and accept that also. I am learning to accept that more, because no matter what you do, it's just like trying to help somebody who's a drug head, a crackhead, an alcoholic. You can only do so much. You see what I'm saying? And for those people like that, they need a different kind of help. But still, though, you have to let them know when it's time to walk and exit too. Because you can't sit up in here and try to sacrifice yourself for someone who don't give a damn about themselves. Don't do that. Try to help them. That don't mean you don't love them. That just means you would not partake in their bullshit, in other words. But anyway, I'm going to leave it right here. Let me know what you all think about this situation right here. Because remember, stop begging people to stay with you. Stop begging people to be with you. Stop begging people to love you. Stop begging people to call you. Stop begging people to be your friend. Stop begging people to like you. Long as you love and like yourself, to hell with the world and to hell with the way people think. And guess what? You came in here by yourself, and sure as shit stink, you're going to die by yourself. So in between that time that you have from your alpha to your omega, the beginning to the end, make yourself happy. Do what makes you happy. And if you can bless and make somebody else happy, you do that. But the main thing you do every day is make sure you're all right. The star player, like Cat Williams said, make sure you're all right. And then you can reach out and help others. And then things will open up so much clearer. You know what I'm saying? Those clouded skies, those clouds will part ways. That sunlight come in, and all that stuff won't matter really anymore. True, you're going to remember it. Like they say, I can forgive, but I can't forget. I think that was Aretha Franklin sung that song. And it's true. A lot of people did us wrong. Well, we can forgive them, but we can't forget. And don't you ever forget. Because the moment you start forgetting is the moment you're going to wind right back up in that same situation that puts you in all that pain and misery and suffering. Think about that. Anyway, y'all stay blessed. I'm out.